Attention passionate Montreal, Canadiens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the Atlantic Division and it could shake up the entire conference. We're talking about a direct impact on Montreal Canadiens' path to another Stanley Cup run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Montreal Canadiens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Montreal Canadiens fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, the Montreal Canadiens are always a team that sparks a lot of excitement and speculation, especially in the offseason. And this year, the buzz is no different. We're hearing whispers about potential trades, roster adjustments, and strategic moves that could really change the dynamic of the team. And one of the most intriguing rumors floating around right now involves a possible one-for-one swap that could reshape the Canadiens' core down the line. It's all about finding that perfect piece to complement what they already have, especially in the center position, which has been a bit of a puzzle for them lately. Let's dive into the details of this trade idea. So, according to Heavy.com and some insider sources, the Canadiens are eyeing a move to bring in Peyton Krebs from division rival Buffalo Sabres. Now, this isn't just a random addition, it's a calculated move, aiming to address their needs at the center position. The proposed deal is a straightforward swap. Montreal would send out Newhook, and in exchange, they'd bring Krebs into the fold. Both players are young, talented, but have yet to fully meet expectations at the NHL level. That's often the case with players at this stage. Sometimes a change of scenery is exactly what they need to unlock their potential. Krebs, a 24-year-old player, is entering the final year of his current contract, which is a 2-year deal worth around $2.9 million. That makes him a very attractive option for the Canadiens, who are always looking to maximize cap space and flexibility. Krebs has shown flashes of energy and skill, and his style of play is exactly what Montreal needs right now. A hardworking, energetic presence who can slot into the third or fourth line and bring some much-needed grit and speed to the lineup. Last season, Krebs played 81 games with the Sabres, racking up 10 goals and 18 assists, totaling 28 points. Those are solid numbers for a player still developing, and they suggest that with the right environment, Krebs could really thrive with the Canadiens. Now, on the flip side, the Sabres would be getting Newhook, who has struggled a bit to find his footing since joining Montreal. Newhook, also 24, was a first-round pick in 2019 and has shown some offensive promise, recording 15 goals and 11 assists in 82 games last season. He's a player with a lot of potential, but perhaps the change of scenery could help him unlock his offensive game more consistently. The Sabres are looking for a third-line center who can contribute offensively and bring some depth, and Newhook's skill set might fit perfectly into that puzzle. Plus, at a cap hit of around $2.9 million per year, he's a manageable piece for Buffalo's roster. But of course, the big question is, does this trade make sense for both teams? Well, for Montreal, it's about filling that center spot that's been kind of a question mark. Nick Suzuki is obviously the top guy, and Kirby Dach was expected to be a key piece, but his health has been an issue. Krebs could be a reliable third or fourth line center, bringing energy, versatility, and a bit of offensive punch. He's known for his work ethic and his willingness to do whatever it takes to help the team succeed, whether that's playing on the penalty kill, contributing on the power play, or taking big face-offs. Coach Lindy Ruff has praised him for his adaptability, mentioning that Krebs embraces every role he's given and plays every shift like it's his last. On the other hand, Newhook's potential can't be ignored. He's still young, still developing, and a change of scenery might be just what he needs to break out. Montreal has been looking to bolster its center depth this offseason, and even though they initially seemed confident in their core, Jeff Gorton, the Canadiens' EVP of Hockey Operations, recently made it clear that the team is always open to improving their roster. Gorton's comments about not being a finished product and always looking for ways to get better suggest that Montreal is not afraid to shake things up if it means making the team stronger in the long run. Now, let's talk a little about the current state of the Canadiens. The team finished the last season with some ups and downs, and even though they showed flashes of promise, especially with Nick Suzuki leading the charge, they still lack the consistent depth that can push them into playoff contention. The addition of a player like Krebs could help shore up that middle layer, providing energy and stability. And given the team's focus on developing young talent, bringing in someone like Krebs, who is known for his hustle and versatility, makes a lot of sense. Another aspect to consider is the team's overall strategy. Montreal has always been a team that emphasizes strong defense, smart play, and maximizing the talents of their young stars. They've been patient with their development, but at the same time, they know that adding a player who can elevate the third and fourth lines might be the missing piece to make them more competitive. Krebs' ability to play multiple roles is a huge plus. Whether it's on the penalty kill or on the power play, he's a player coach Lindy Ruff praised for his willingness to do whatever it takes. That kind of attitude is exactly what the Canadiens need as they look to build a team that can compete for a playoff spot and maybe even sneak into the postseason next year. But of course, nothing is set in stone yet. This is still a rumor, and teams are always weighing their options during the offseason, especially as they approach training camp and the trade deadline. Montreal's management, led by Jeff Gorton and the coaching staff, are always looking for ways to improve the roster, and this kind of one-for-one swap could be a strategic move to balance the team's cap, improve depth, and give their young core a spark. Now, if we look a bit at the bigger picture, this kind of move also signals Montreal's willingness to be flexible. They've shown confidence in their core players, but they're not afraid to shake things up if it means getting better. The fact that they're considering trading Newhook, who is a first-round pick and has potential, shows that they're focused on the bigger picture, looking for players who can make an immediate impact or help develop other parts of the team. And let's not forget the fans. Montreal fans are some of the most passionate in the league, and they always have high expectations. They want to see their team compete at the highest level, and moves like this, if they happen, could energize the fan base. A player like Krebs, known for his work ethic and energy, could become a fan favorite in no time. It's these kinds of strategic decisions that keep the Canadiens relevant and competitive, especially as they try to re-establish themselves as a playoff team and someday soon push for another Stanley Cup. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Montreal Canadiens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Canadiens are in a position where they need to be smart with their roster moves. The offseason is a crucial time for teams to set the tone for the upcoming season, and Montreal seems to be doing just that by exploring different options, including potential trades. Whether or not this Krebs for Newhook deal materializes, it shows that the Canadiens are actively thinking about how to improve their team, how to bring in players who fit their style, and how to build a roster capable of competing in a tough conference. And for the fans watching, the excitement is palpable because the team is always evolving. Every move, every trade rumor, every signing, these are all parts of the puzzle that will determine how competitive Montreal will be in the 2024-2025 NHL season. It's a team that's been through ups and downs, but the passion remains strong. The hope is that with strategic moves like this, the Canadiens can finally take that next step and climb back into the playoff picture, maybe even chase that elusive Stanley Cup once again. In terms of expectations, fans are hoping for a more consistent effort, better depth in the middle, and a team that plays with heart and resilience. Krebs' energy and versatility could be just what the doctor ordered. And on the other side, Newhook's offensive talent, if given a fresh start, might blossom into something special with Buffalo. That's the beauty of the NHL. Every season is a new opportunity, a new chapter, and a chance for players and teams to reinvent themselves. So whether this trade goes through or not, it's clear that the Montreal Canadiens are actively looking to improve and adapt. The offseason is always full of surprises, and this potential move is a perfect example of how teams are constantly recalibrating their rosters to stay competitive. The Canadiens have a talented core, but to truly contend and challenge for the postseason, they need to fill in the gaps and add that extra layer of grit and skill. That's what makes this story so compelling for fans. It's about hope, strategy, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. And now, Montreal Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Montreal Canadiens. Do you think Krebs would be a good fit? Are you excited about the possibility of this trade happening? Or do you believe the team should look elsewhere? Whatever your thoughts, I encourage you to share them because your voice is part of what makes this community so special. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Montreal Canadiens news. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, let's keep that Canadiens passion alive.